The CardioSmart Patient Advocate Award was established in 2013 to recognize and honor individuals who have gone above and beyond in advocating on behalf of patients with cardiovascular disease. This year's award goes to a man with a history of exemplary personal advocacy for cardiovascular patients. No stranger to heart disease, undergoing 4 angioplasties and a double coronary bypass himself, he's been able to leverage his fame and unprecedented comedic ability to reach millions of people about the importance of early detection and heart disease prevention. Whether through comedic tales of his own cardiac misadventures or through generous contributions and support for organizations like the Heart Foundation, this person's efforts to take on the world's #1 killer, heart disease, are unparalleled. With admiration and recognition of his work, the American College of Cardiology is honored to present Dana Carvey with the CardioSmart Patient Advocate Award. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. John Harold. Did you notice I ran up the stairs just to tell you what good work you've done? I am a heterozygous familial hypercholesteremia. This is the only audience I thought would understand what that just meant. I feel like I'm playing the General Assembly at the Kremlin. I don't know why this is it's very... I told them I would accept this award as long as they got 4,000 cardiologists in a room, gave them 6 cups of coffee, and had no bathroom breaks for an hour before I spoke. Anyway, this is quite an honor. I don't get a lot of awards. I don't know if I really deserve it, but I'm honored to be in the company of Larry King, who I guess was the first recipient. I'm number 2. I called Larry up and I said, Larry, I'm getting the patient award. This is Dana. And he said, who is this and how did you get my number? Roanoke, Virginia. And then he just hung up. I don't know what it meant. I am a success story. I did have a double bypass. I wanted a triple, but it was a little bit extra and I was low on money. I enjoyed my bypass. Is it me? I don't know. I liked it. The drugs were terrific. Thank you. I'm still getting over lung on a chip. That was the coolest slide I saw today. You were asleep. Thank you very much. I am Dr. P.K. Shah's patient. He's been wonderful to me. He's the one who kind of shepherded me through this whole thing. All my angioplasties. You know, I kept having an angioplasty, and then I would restenose, and I'd need another angioplasty, and then I would restenose. And at one point, Dr. P.K. Shah said to me, "We didn't know you were a restenoser." And I don't know if that's an actual clinical term, but you are a restenoser. I do enjoy having a doctor from Indian descent because I love the rhythmic accent. Everything sounds more comforting with an Indian accent to me, even if the news is bad. I recommend Indian cardiologists. They're wonderful people because whatever they say, it sounds good. You know, it doesn't matter. It's like, oh my goodness, you are totally screwed. Which, your prognosis is not particularly positive. But Cedars-Sinai's cardiology department's world-class. They've been great. And from the first minute I met Dr. Shah, I felt I was in good hands. I'm 58. He's probably 2-3 years older, but I felt paternal. He felt paternal toward me. First time I met him, he said, "Come, first of all, you must know you're going to be fine. Second of all, come and sit on Daddy's lap." We bonded in a very special way. But he's a brilliant researcher and a brilliant doctor. I feel very lucky. Everything you've done and everything that's been talked about, I've been, you know, the beneficiary of all this science that has done well. I did get the old-fashioned bare knuckle stents. You know, I was a little early for the drug-eluting stents, But technology has kept up with me. I just had a 64-bit CT scan. As Dr. Shaw said, excellent. So I am a tribute to everything you guys are doing. I've tried to follow the protocol religiously. I'm at the pharmacy all the time getting my meds. I've started to enjoy the environment of the pharmacy. I like people seated around, very pensive, waiting for their drugs. Did my doctor call? Pharmaoli? Thank you, a little Satan twister. At a pharmacy, the pharmacist can get very cranky. I have one who gets very cranky. By 4 or 5 o'clock, it's just been a long day. He starts just yelling out to people what the meds are. We got to pick up anybody? Zoloft, Imodium, and Ambien. Anybody? Zoloft, Imodium, and Ambien. Anybody? I need a nutball with diarrhea who can't sleep. Come on and get your medications, you nutball with diarrhea who can't sleep. Flomax, pick up Flomax, anybody? He's probably in the bathroom. Get the Flomax guy. Propecia, Adderall, and Cialis. Anybody? Propecia, Adderall, and Cialis. I need a cue ball who's too distracted to know he can't get an erection. Come on up. I didn't know I'd do that one, but I thought since you're scientists and into meds, it would. I'm very grateful, really, because when you have a 100% blocked widowmaker, lower anterior descending artery at 42, you don't know how long you're going to be around. And my sons are now young men, so I'm very grateful to be able to be around at this time in their life, and I've been trying to impart wisdom to them about life and about men and women and their relationship. And I've really kind of deduced it to this. Women, and this is what I told my sons, women like strength in a man. They like the shoulders and the strength, the washboard stomach of a man. But they also want a man who's sensitive and can understand their needs. But ladies, you can't have that guy, because that guy's got a boyfriend. So I just feel like I should give a speech up here or something, like Obama or something. This is what we got to do. We're going to make the decisions to do the things that we got to decide when we decide them. No. I feel sorry for Obama. I mean, you know, the whole Putin thing and Crimea, what are you going to do? And he knows it. You know, you see him on television. The interpreter goes, we took Crimea. We really like Crimea. It's ours now. I'm renaming it Putinland. I like the ring of that. And really, what are you going to do? I mean, really, what are you going to do? That's not what we do. I don't know whether my genetics came from being Irish, but Dr. John Harold's Irish. I've had an Irish cardiologist in the past. It wasn't, it was a little simpler, a little different than P.K. Shaw. Here's a shot of whiskey and a potato. And Dr. Harold, you flew 300,000 miles last year. That is amazing. Half of it on Aer Lingus, the Irish Airways. You gotta love Aer Lingus, a very humble Irish airline. You walk in, it's just benches. Here's some yarn, strap yourself in. Aer Lingus sounds like a funny name for an airline. Sounds vaguely pornographic to me. Welcome to Aer Lingus, where you get a little something extra with your ticket. I don't like to fly. I don't know if you like to fly. I don't like to fly. But I flew out there with my aunt and uncle. And they were, they're quintessentially Irish. As a matter of fact, when they saw one of my shows like this, my uncle said, "Suffice to say, it wasn't your best effort." So anyway, we go on Aer Lingus. We're flying to Dublin, and we hit this wicked turbulence over the Atlantic. And the pilot comes on and goes, "Well, this is Captain Patrick O'Shaughnessy. As you can see, ladies and gents, the angels and demons are having a bit of a tussle tonight. We suggest you sit back and relax and have a few pints of Guinness like we do up here in the cockpit. There's nothing like 4, 5, 6, 7 pints of Guinness to make all these knobs and dials and switches mean something to us up here in the pointy part of the aeroplane. If you check under your seat, you'll see you have an individual keg of Guinness beer. In the unlikely event your keg loses pressure, a little yellow straw will come down from the ceiling. Pull down gently on the straw and suck the ice-cold Guinness into your gizzard. Be sure your straw is free-flowing before you assist your child or toddler with his Guinness." So we're just drinking Guinness for an hour. He comes back on. "Well, this is Captain Patrick O'Shaughnessy. I'm feeling righty-mighty, toasty-mosty. My co-pilot, Danny O'Sullivan, passed out 19 minutes ago. He had 42 Guinnesses and a bite of a 5-leaf hallucinogenic clover. The last thing he said before he passed out was, 'My God, I can fly.'" Oh, Danny boy. So anyway, to sum up, you guys are awesome. I'm very grateful for all the work you do. I do think you do important stuff. I think obviously healthcare costs would plummet if we could get everybody on board preventatively in terms of heart disease and stroke. I feel honored to have this. I feel like I should do a lot more about trying to educate people about the protocols that are available if you just stick to them and you just take them, and it's not poison and it's not that bad. And also with, you know, some of the new things you're coming up with about people who can't tolerate statins. And I'm a huge fan of PCSK9, or as I like to call it, the proprotein converse subtilin Kexin type 9 protease inhibitor. Just sort of one of those that's going to help people who can't tolerate Lipitor, tolerate statins. So I think the progress that's been made has been illustrated here today has been amazing. And I just want to leave you with this joke to make you happy, because I think humor is very important in terms of stress release. Did you hear about the mom and the dad who found out that their 9-year-old boy was visiting S&M websites? And the mom said, "What are we going to do?" And the dad said, "Well, we can't spank him." Thank you very much. Thank you, doctor.